And there's probably a good reason why we use scale drawings. Why do you suppose that is? Why, when architects draw up blueprints of something, do they scale it down to a smaller size? Why do you suppose that is? Emma Haynes? Well, not necessarily even that it's proportion. Why would an architect not draw a life-size drawing of your house? Yeah, it's kind of hard to find a piece of paper that's 50 or 60 feet wide by 30 or 40 or 50 feet deep. Okay, because obviously you're not going to roll out a piece of paper and, was the point of that? Yeah, you need to do it, and like Emma Haynes says, okay, you want to draw it so that it is all proportional, so you can get a good feel of what it is. Proportional. Okay, when we scale things down. Now really the only thing to remember to do this is to draw, again, it's a ratio box, it's a proportion. Okay, where you've got, on the left hand you have the scale, and on the right hand you just have the actual measurements. For example, what is it? For example, when I was your age, or a little bit older than you, I actually took a couple of drawing classes or whatever, and I believe it's probably still true today. House blueprints used to be, the scale used to be, and this isn't really easy to work with, 1/4 of an inch equals 1 foot. In other words, if you were drawing a house on a piece of paper, okay, and you wanted to make this house, and if in reality the house was 20 feet by, now let's just make it a super small house, 20 feet by 16 feet, okay, that's the actual size. You need to scale. 1/4 of an inch would equal 1 foot. Okay, so if you're putting that in this little box here, it doesn't work nicely because it's a fraction. 1/4 of an inch goes there, 1 foot goes here. This is on the drawing, and this is real life. Okay, 1/4 of an inch equals 1 foot. So, actually, is that right? I guess this should really say the measurement, not really the actual. So if I was trying to figure out how big to build this house or put it on my piece of drawing paper, I would just plug this in here. I know that in real life it's 16 feet. Okay, so what would I have to do to go from 1 to 16 is multiplying by 16. What's 1/4 of an inch times 16? It's just 4 inches. There's 1/4 times 16. Now, if you're using the metric system, it wouldn't be that hard because they would certainly not use fractions. Everybody likes fractions, but that's the way it is here. And then you do the same thing for 20 feet. What if I put 20 feet in here? This is 20 times bigger. If you have 20 1/4 inches, it's, anybody? 5 inches, because 20 divided by 4. Whatever the feet is, you just learned in the end, you just divide it by 4, because that's what multiplying by 1/4 is. Okay, so let's look at a real life problem, because I can tell you're either mesmerized or not. Here, what to do, insert file. I'm gonna look at the book here. Does anybody know where we go from here? It is new stuff. Go above the 8,000 other files. And stuff. And you are Saxon Math. And you are course 3. And this is lesson 87. Where's the slide? Lesson what? 87. 87. And we hope that this does not take too long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe if I didn't have 49 slides already in this, then it wouldn't take so long. I really should clean house a little bit there. But until this shows up, let's talk about the weather. Oh, wait, let's not talk about Is it supposed to be 82?
Yes, and we're
You
inside.
should have run outside. You can go outside all summer long. Hot dog. Let's see here. Here we go. Take a look at this example here. Alright. Good old Edmund wants to convert the attic into living space. He has made a scale drawing right here. This is the important part. 1 inch equals 16 feet of his plans. Okay? What are the plans of the bedroom 2 excluding the closet? Do we actually have to use a ruler? Yep. You know what it says? Using a ruler to measure. But here's what I would do, children. The first thing I would do is write my scale down. Remember, your actual scale should be what you put over here, and this is the measurement there. 1 inch equals 16 feet. This is the drawing. This is the real life. So if you've got your ruler there, and you can open your book to page 581, we'll talk about this. Because you will, this is practical. Someday you will either buy and or slash build a house. No, I didn't say build a bear. Well, I'm sure some of you have built a bear. Somebody built a bear? You recently built a bear?
Yes.
Do you grow out of that build a bear stage?
No.
That's too bad. So let's just take a look. Who's my measurement person here? Johnny Nyer. Your dad deals with this sort of stuff. What is, as you measure that in inches, how long is it from here to here on bedroom number 2? It's 1 inch. Well, that's pretty tough. So you put that in your measurement here, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. So that in reality is how far in real life? 16 feet. And then it said excluding the closet, if you measure from here to here, how far is it? Somebody, anybody want to know?
2 inches.
Is it 2 inches? Jeremy? Let's round to the nearest 16.
It's 2 inches.
It's 3/4.
So it's 2
This
inches.
is the
It's
closet.
2
Not
inches.
that. That's counting the
Oh.
closet.
You have to count, you have to include it. What are the dimensions of the bedroom excluding the closet? What is that?
Oh, never mind.
Wait, you're
Oh,
adding.
it is 2
This
inches.
is the bedroom. Yeah, that's 3 bedrooms. That's 2. So put that right there.
Wait, let me look at the answer to this thing and see what they're actually asking.
The left side's an inch.
Oh, they did go 3/4.
Oh,
yeah.
whatever.
Sorry. It was kind of worded bizarre. So, in the real measurement, you'd have to put 3/4 in here, and then we're gonna have an uh-oh moment, because what do I do? Because 3/4 times what is 1 inch? It is the reciprocal, but if you didn't know that, let's do it just like this. Actually, write it out. 1 over 16 equals 3/4 over what number? Cross multiplying, you get n equals 3/4 times 16. And it actually ends up being 12 feet when you actually do that. That's not so bad, is it?